You're full of You're the one that's a liar, and that was trying to hurt my family.
Diana also sent me. I'm talking. Can I finish, please?
Bravo's The Real Housewives of New Jersey was the fourth city added to the iconic franchise, joining the likes of Orange County, Atlanta, and New York. RHONJ gave viewers a completely different vibe. Unlike the other cities, New Jersey's cast involved family members and close childhood friends. Husbands had pivotal roles in the show, unlike in many of the other cities. Some of the women are missed, while others are often forgotten. When it comes down to it, if the women can't figure out how to get along with sisters-in-law Teresa Giudice and Melissa Gorga, they're probably not going to last long. But that doesn't mean their time on the show wasn't entertaining. These are the most hated housewives in Real Housewives of New Jersey history. Kathy Wakely, seasons 2 through 7.
Why are you asking me for? I didn't do it. My brother did it.
Kathy Wakely joined the show as a guest in season 2, and then became a full-time housewife for 3 seasons. She was Teresa and Joe's cousin, and her storyline revolved around her family and her business ventures. Kathy and her family were like a breath of fresh air, but they didn't light up the screen quite like some of the others. She was a good addition, but not quite enough to keep coming back. Dina Canton, seasons 1, 3, 4, and 6.
I realized quickly that it was really geared towards me. And I was like...
Dina Canton, formerly Dina Manzo, was an OG cast member of RHONJ. She was close friends with Teresa Giudice. Her sister was fellow cast member Caroline Manzo, and her sister-in-law was Jacqueline Lorita. Dina stood out because she was the calm one, preferring peace over drama. Her friendship with Teresa was a highlight of the show. Now, here's the funny part. Dina's ex-husband didn't want to be on camera, so her storyline was mostly about her and her daughter. As sweet and beautiful as Dina was, she wasn't exactly the life of the party. She stuck around for 2 seasons, then made brief appearances in seasons 4 and 6, before deciding she had enough. Caroline Manzo, seasons 1 through 5.
Words, I don't know what you're doing, but sweetie, we ain't got enough time for you to hear what I have to say.
Caroline Manzo was another notable housewife from seasons 1 through 5. She was like the mom of the group, logical, well-spoken, and a bit intimidating. Caroline wasn't as silly as Melissa, as relaxed as Kathy, or as, let's say, as unique as Teresa. Despite that, she was solid, which earned her a spin-off show focusing on her family. But let's be real, while she was great, she didn't always bring the fireworks. Nicole Napolitano and Teresa Apre, season 6.
Nicole was my friend. This was my friend I loved. I have never said.
Twin sisters Nicole Napolitano and Teresa Apre were cast members during season 6. They didn't just look exactly alike, but they did everything together and backed each other up in times of need. Season 6 was their one and only season, but it's widely known as one of the franchise's worst. Both women were fun-loving mothers going through different relationship issues. It was because of their 2 is better than 1 aura that made these twins amazing to watch on television. Sadly, the 2 didn't make it past 1 season because they didn't fit in well with the group. Jacqueline Lorita, seasons 1 through 5 and 7.
I want to talk to you one-on-one.
And you don't tell me what to do.
No, but I want to talk to you one-on-one.
Well, we could do that. We don't have to leave the room.
Jacqueline Lorita was another original housewife who lasted for 5 straight seasons. Viewers saw Jacqueline trying to find herself throughout the series. She was a dedicated mother and wife, but when it came to her friendships, she was somewhat a doormat. Some of the most dramatic storylines on Jersey followed Jacqueline and her friendships. She eventually found her voice, but the drama became too much for her. She came back for 1 more season in season 7, but once again, she couldn't hold her own against the likes of City Flicker, Teresa Giudice, and Melissa Gorga. Jacqueline was sweet to watch, but was she entertaining? Not so much. Teresa Giudice.
That is so wrong. I do care about.
She's not my people. She's a f***ing liar.
The OG of New Jersey tries to come across as sweet and kind, but underneath, her blood boils. Teresa was all about loyalty. If she felt you betrayed her, you were dead to her. The first inkling fans got that. She was a villain in the making was her table flipping scene. She then continued her rampage against Danielle in a country club chase scene, leaving the first villain in tears. Eventually, Teresa moved on to other prey like her sister-in-law, Melissa Gorga. Nothing screams villain more than trying to set up your brother's wife as a stripper. Tree also threw out the sprinkled cookies that pregnant Melissa brought as a Christmas offering. When it comes to Teresa, if she doesn't like you, she makes it very clear where you stand with her. Her go-to moves include throwing drinks and smashing glass. So watch out for this one. you don't want to get on her bad side. Amber Marquez.
To wear the cop outfit.
Oh, okay.
Joe?
Yeah, how are you?
Marquez, very nice.
Even Bravo Kingpin Andy Cohen advises fans to skip the Amber Marquez seasons. Fans first felt empathy for her as she shared her story of cancer survival. But as the season wore on, she and her husband, Jim Marquez, morphed into monsters. Amber overacted and tried way too hard to be Tree's friend. Between the scene with Victoria Gotti and fake smoking a cigarette on the group trip, she was just too much. But perhaps Jim was the worst of the two. The man was overdramatic and was even arrested for an alleged domestic abuse incident against Amber. He picked a fight with everyone, especially the women, which was just a no-no in Garden State. Even after leaving the show, he made waves for disowning his son for being gay. These two were pieces of work, and fans are thankful they are no longer on the series. Margaret Josephs.
What is happening? She's an insecure little psychotic.
Oh my God.
Who I've stuck by and really loved her.
I can't help but think that Margaret Josephs deserves a place on this list. Even though she might not be the most malicious, she has definite villain tendencies. The first hint fans were given was when she pushed Danielle's husband into the pool. But season 14 has shown a more activated side of Margaret, especially after her friendship breakup with Jackie Goldschneider. In a recent episode, the Macbeth collection owner called Jackie a nasty fucking a hole. On top of that, she outed Jackie's name-calling to Dolores Catania by forwarding private text messages. While this made for a great TV moment, it definitely wasn't the nice thing to do. Danielle Staub, seasons 1 and 2 and 8 through 10.
Always engage. And then suggest.
Is Danielle Staub one of the most well-known and controversial members of the Real Housewives universe? Possibly. Due to her dark past, appetite for men, and vicious fighting skills, Danielle Staub is one of the most entertaining housewives in the series. Fans love to hate her, and so do her castmates. She came back as a friend from seasons 8 through 10 to redeem herself, but it didn't do the job she hoped. Drama followed her everywhere she went, which made her one of the most entertaining women to watch, whether fans supported her or not. Siggy Flicker, seasons 7 to 8.
I'm thinking about Vermont, and I'm sorry I have to take this out right now because that's how angry.
Siggy Flicker became a housewife in season 7 and only lasted 2 seasons. But the amount of entertainment that followed Siggy was unmatched. Siggy was loud, opinionated, and emotional beyond relief. She made a big deal out of the smallest of issues and had no problem shading thews. Who disturbed her day or event? The series also showed Siggy's home life as a mother and wife, and it looked like even her children were just as sick of Siggy's emotional side. She cried about most things and didn't handle issues with grace. Siggy didn't have the longest run on Jersey, but she was one of the more entertaining. So, from Kathy's refreshing but mellow presence to Siggy's dramatic and emotional outbursts, these housewives might not have all been fan favorites, but they sure knew how to keep things interesting. Whether you loved them or hated them, their impact on the show is undeniable. So which of these housewives is the most hated in the Garden State? It's really hard to say. These women can behave in such a disgusting way. Or did we totally miss the mark and the title belongs to someone we forgot? We want to hear from you, so drop your thoughts into the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications for more Real Housewives content headed your way soon.